And let it begin with me. You know, I've always thought that song had a lot of baggage, and I think the gospel reading today reveals it. The Lord Jesus says, I didn't come to bring peace to earth, but division. And I say it a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but that's the reality. You know, the gospel itself, you know, calls out to all the people of the world who, you know, in some ways are in the same situation. They're in the same massive mess. And the gospel goes out, and some respond, and some don't. What's the natural or supernatural effect of the gospel and the response of people? It's division. You know, so like Jesus isn't all about, yeah, you know, like let's create division in people for the sake of division. No, but he is realistic in his understanding that that's what's going to happen. You know, not everybody is going to respond to the call of the gospel on their lives, and it creates division within us. It creates division within our own hearts at times. There's parts of us that respond and parts of us don't. It creates division in our families and in our communities. There are some who respond and some don't. And you know, the courage that the Spirit calls us to have and instills within us is to, you know, still move forward in our faith, to not be so attached to the earthly peace and unity that we neglect the gospel. You know, to sacrifice or compromise on the gospel or the truth, you know, for the sake of an earthly unity is really to prefer something other than God to God. And those who do prefer someone or something to God are not worthy of being his disciple, that he says. So it does take courage, and it is a big cross in some cases to endure that division that comes about by our response of faith. And yet the letter to the Hebrews says, for the sake of the joy that lay before him, he endured his cross, and you haven't yet resisted sin to the point of shedding blood. You haven't even drawn blood yet, you know, so keep going. You know, and it's not to make a joke of it, you know, it is a serious business, but you know, the Lord calls us and instills in us the courage we need to be faithful to the gospel, no matter what division it brings about within us and among us, and even between us and those that we love most in this life, because we don't want just to love them in this life, but to be united with them and with Jesus forever in the fullness of life in the time to come.